How's everyone, Nico here, and in today's video we are going to be looking at the Gigabyte MO32U24 OLED gaming monitor. And if you're wondering where it is actually here. It's just a bit big to also have on the table itself. So let's start the video. Let's start with the basics of this monitor. So this is a 31.5 inch 4th generation QD OLED panel. It's got 4K Ultra HD resolution of 3840 by 2160, a 240Hz refresh rate, an incredibly fast 0.03 milliseconds GTG response time that stands for gray to gray. But don't worry, we'll dive a little bit deeper into those specs in just a moment. For physical dimensions, this monitor measures 219 by 610 by 240 millimeters with the stand attached and weighs about 7.95 kilograms. Speaking of the stand, I actually like it quite a bit. It's a full metal stand that feels solid and offers plenty of adjustment. You get 130 millimeters of height adjustment, tilt from -5 degrees to 21 degrees, plus 21 degrees, 15 degrees of swivel in both directions, and you can even pivot 90 degrees. If you prefer using a monitor arm, it also supports 100 by 100 VESA mounting. The design is clean and modern. There are no flashy RGB lights all over, overly aggressive gaming aesthetics, so it looks just as good in an office as it does in a gaming setup. The thin bezels also make the whole experience feel much more immersive. When it comes to connectivity, there is really nothing to complain about. Firstly, you give the monitor power via a kettle plug, so the power supply is actually built into the monitor, which is nice. I don't always like to struggle with finding a proprietary brick to power my monitor. Now for the rest of the ports, you get two HDMI 2.1s, one DisplayPort 1.4, USB-C with DisplayPort alternate mode and 18-watt power delivery, two USB 3.2 downstream ports, one USB 3.2 upstream port, and a headphone jack. Now you might be wondering why this monitor has so many USB ports. Well, that's because it includes a built-in KVM switch. If you're both on a desktop PC and a laptop, you can plug the keyboard and mouse directly into the monitor. With a press of the KVM button, the monitor switches not only the displays but also your keyboard and mouse between the two devices. It's incredibly convenient if you're constantly switching between work and gaming. There are also two built-in 5-watt speakers, but instead of me talking about them, let's quickly hear what they sound like. Now let's move on to the most important part of this monitor, the panel. The 4th generation 31.5 inch QD OLED panel is without a doubt the biggest selling point of this monitor. The 4K resolution delivers incredible detail, while the 99% DCI-P3 color gamut produces rich, vibrant and accurate colors. Whether you're gaming, watching movies or editing videos, the image quality is genuinely impressive. Gigabyte has also introduced their new Obsidian Shield anti-reflection coating, which helps reduce reflections without sacrificing those deep OLED blacks. The result is a screen that still looks fantastic even in brightly lit rooms, like my studio. Combined with a 240Hz refresh rate and a 0.03 milliseconds response time, you get incredibly smooth and responsive experience. And the nice thing is, you do not need to limit yourself to only 4K 240Hz. Even if you drop the resolution to 1440p or 1080p, the monitor will still support 240Hz, making it ideal for competitive gamers chasing those high FPS. The monitor also supports 10-bit color, which means smoother gradients and more natural looking colors. At a 1.5 million to 1 contrast ratio, 300 nits of brightness in SDR, and a peak brightness up to 1000 nits in HDR, you get deep blacks, bright highlights, and excellent HDR performance. The MO32U24 is also VESA Display HDR True Black 500 and VESA Clear MR 13000 certified. You actually get the certification in the box. Simply put, this means better HDR, excellent motion clarity, and a sharper image during fast-paced gameplay. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is, whenever OLED monitors are mentioned, the one question always comes up: what about the dreaded? Well, Gigabyte addresses this with AI OLED Care, which automatically helps protect the panel and reduce the risk of long-term burn-in. I actually think they said something about a 3-year warranty on that. Crazy. This monitor also offers a couple of other gaming features, and let's quickly dive into them. With Tactical Switch 2.0, you can instantly change the screen size, aspect ratio and resolution to better suit different games. Ultra Clear helps reduce motion blur for a sharper image during fast movement. Night Vision and Black Equalizer make darker areas easier to see, which is especially useful in FPS games. Under Game Assist, you'll also find useful tools like timers, crosshairs, a refresh rate display, as well as picture-in-picture and picture-by-picture. Finally, this monitor supports both AMD FreeSync Premium Pro and NVIDIA G-Sync, helping reduce screen tearing and stuttering for a much smoother gaming experience. Now, after spending some time with this monitor, I think that this monitor is an excellent choice for anyone looking for a premium OLED gaming monitor. Whether you're a competitive gamer chasing those high refresh rates, someone who enjoys AAA games with stunning visuals, or even a content creator who needs accurate colors, this monitor performs exceptionally well across the board. The image quality is fantastic, the 240Hz refresh rate is incredibly smooth, and the features like the KVM switch, the Tactical 2.0 and the AI OLED Care really completes the package. Now, I know this is definitely not a budget monitor, but if you've already invested in a high-end gaming PC, this is exactly the kind of display that allows your hardware to shine. So yeah, that is my overview, not really much as in-depth review, but it's just my overview. This gives you an idea if you want to purchase this monitor, what you can expect. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to please like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll check you guys out next week in the next video. Not really sure what we're gonna do, or am I? Alright everyone, have a good week and I'll check you out in the next one. Cheers everyone!